Hello, hello. Welcome to the Sacred and Rooted podcast. My name is Lisa Nickel, and I'm your host. This is one episode in a series of episodes called The Happiness Habit. And today's quote, or centering thought, I guess, if you want to think of it like that, is from Oscar Wilde. And it goes like this: A flower blossoms for its own joy. A flower blossoms for its own joy. Isn't that awesome? And so the reason I thought this was a great quote for today was, because how often do we make it a habit to just blossom for our own joy or our own pleasure, just for the friggin' hell of it, right? I think that was a Salt and Pepper song once, wasn't it? Oh man, all of a sudden I had some song words in my head. Just for the yell of it. Anyways, that is totally off track. Anyway, I don't even know what song that was, but it just sort of started singing in my head. Anyways, back to the flower and blossoming for your own joy. So I just wanted to say, part of, I think happiness gets a little bit talked about too much, and people maybe don't really, it's kind of almost like you want to roll your eyes like, yeah, okay. But like joy and feeling like deeply satisfied, I think maybe can be wrapped around better. Because we all know when somebody's in their joy, like it just radiates. It's very attractive. It's just, you're like, oh, what do they have? What are they doing? I want to know, is it something simple? Like, can I just have some kind of special drink and that'll work? Or is it a book they read, or what's happening? So, and I mean, right now the world is a tricky spot. Like there's tons of non-joy happening, and a lot, and we can get into a thought pattern, I guess, where, joy is almost like inappropriate because there's so much suffering and so much craziness going on that, it's very serious, and it's very, just very serious. And it's more maybe, obviously you can have joy at the same time. And I think what I'm here to say mainly today is, yes, you can. And it's imperative to have joy at the same time as sorrow and suffering and chaos and upheaval, because we would just be like life wouldn't be any fun without joy. And so to keep that like front and center, instead of maybe pushing it off to the side for long periods of time and then coming back to it and maybe letting it go again, because there's a lot of responsibilities in your life. There's lots of things to do and lots of things to accomplish. And joy doesn't really, maybe it doesn't directly pay you, but like really it is what abundance is, right? And I think I would argue that if you are in your joy at work, you're probably going to be even more successful than you already are. So to just let yourself feel joy. If you have noticed your day is kind of a little serious, a little cranky, a little angry, whatever, put some joy in. Like, have a dance party after work. Have, in your kitchen. It doesn't have to be an actual dance party. Although you can totally do that too. Laugh, like have some laughs with people, have some fun with your family, your friends, whoever. Just make sure you have that, and if you can do it daily, that'd be awesome. Because it gets you back to the place where your creativity is, and your creativity is literally the way that we're going to save the world. If we all fall into like a deep depression and basically detach from what's happening in the world and just like become almost like inconsolable about it, that's not where the answers are going to come from. The solutions aren't going to come from there. Like, the solutions are going to come from our innate creativity, our innate ability to like solve problems, think of new ideas, and really connect with others. And that synchronicity alone can bring even more and varied ideas than if we're just sitting in our room by ourselves thinking about stuff. So get out there, whatever brings you joy. Make a quick list if you want, so that when you're struggling to find joy in your life, and there are definitely phases of life that are less joyful than others, that you have something to fall back on where it's just like, okay, if I do this, apparently I thought it would bring me joy, and so let's give it a shot. And then to just, yeah, focus on making it a priority the same way you would, going to the dentist, or making sure you eat lunch every day, or whatever, like something that you do regularly, flossing or brushing your teeth, just to make sure that it's like, you've seasoned your life with plenty of joy. And so that will improve your mood. It's going to improve your satisfaction in life. It'll certainly bring you more happiness. And you'll find that your life direction, I think, will take maybe a slightly different turn, because you just be vibrating at a different frequency than you would be if you were just slogging through and, doing the bare minimum, because it was just, everything is just so exhausting and so pointless kind of thing. Like, the joy is where the magic is, and it's an easy thing to kind of get our heads around, instead of some of the maybe more, esoteric or energetic ideas as far as quantum things go. Joy is literally, laughter, or having lunch with friends instead of on your own, or going out, sitting in your backyard and just listening to nature, going for a quick walk, reading something you love, watching something friggin' that's hilarious, and you're just, it brings laughter. Dancing, moving, those are just ones that I find are helpful for me. And to just allow yourself to be light, and to like laugh as hard as you want at something, and not feel like you shouldn't, or it's not the time, or something like that. Because joy is always the way out of the darkness. And even if your life is, mostly trucking along pretty well, you can always add a little more joy to it, and it'll just like equally add more satisfaction and more pleasure, and just a feeling of overall happiness. All right, so that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, obviously subscribe to the channel, share with a friend who might like it too. I really appreciate it. It helps the podcast spread, and that's awesome. I appreciate the time taken to listen to this, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful day.